Well, hello, my loves, and happy Sunday to you. And welcome back to part 3 of Finding Inspiration. 2 weeks ago, I shared with you a bunch of resources and ideas on how I get inspiration when I feel like I'm blocked. And then the following week, I finished up those pieces and I followed that inspiration. I took that inspiration and I brought it to almost complete. I thought I was going to finish them. But when I walked away and they're laid out on the table and they were going to get sprayed and everything that they go through, every time I walked by them, I'm like, they're missing something. Something isn't right. And I think we've all experienced that. Like they're great, but there's something like within me that says it's just not finished. So today I'm going to share with you what I do when that happens, because I've got beautiful pieces and it's really intimidating to now go to these pieces and start messing things up again. Because, your thought is, what if I just messed them up? I should have just left them alone, that kind of thing. So I'm going to share with you a couple of no fear ways to get your ideas and not be afraid to do it. Before I do that, I just want to tell you that today starts birthday week, my annual birthday week. Hooray, hooray, hooray. And for the next 4 days, there will be a section in the shop that's on sale. Today starts the stencil sale. It's 25% off all stencils in the shop. That is the biggest discount that I provide all year long. So 25% off all stencils in the shop. The coupon codes for each day are going to be down below. So today's stencils, 25% off. Then Monday, you're going to see this on Sunday, August 11th. Monday, August 12th, prints on wood and downloadable collage papers and digital prints will be on sale for 35% off. Tuesday, August 13th, I have to think about it. All originals, everything that's in the shop, are going to be 40% off. Now, members, if you're a Mixed Media Insider member, you will have greater discounts. So just keep that in mind if you're watching this. And then Wednesday, August 11, 12, 13, 14, August 14th, Wednesday, all workshops, every single workshop that I have, which there are a lot of them, are 40% off. It's just for that one day. So, and you can get multiple workshops for your stash if you want. So, but the coupon code is good for only that day. So Monday is stencils, or Sunday is stencils. Monday is prints on wood, digital downloads, and collage paper downloads. Tuesday, all originals. Wednesday, all workshops. And I will be sending out an email. If I think most of you are on my email list, but if you're not, you get all the details, all the coupon codes, all the extra stuff in the email. So all of that will be in the email. The coupon codes will also be down below in the YouTube description box. All the supplies and everything that I use today, there will be a link to the blog that will list all of the supplies and everything. Members, you get that in the email each week. Okay. I think I have covered everything. So birthday week starts today. And if we wait to ship everything until towards the end of the week, that way if you order, say, stencils, and then you want to get an original, we will combine them and refund any shipping if we need to. Okay. That is that. Okay, on to this. So, here's my lovelies. Now, they're missing something, and that's like I said, I feel like there's a couple things that I don't feel are right. Like, I just am, I don't like the dots. I'm not a fan. I made some bigger. I didn't really like those. So, no. So I've got to make some changes. And typically how I start this process, if I'm like, I don't know what, like, do I want to take those away? Do I want to add something more? Do I need to add something bolder? Typically what I do is I start here. I start with my iPad. And so here is this one right here. And I use Procreate, but I'm gonna not use Procreate because not everybody has that. But I think everyone has, and you can do this on your phone too. So I've cropped. I just took a picture with my iPad, and then I cropped it, and now I'm gonna hit Edit, and there's a little pen up here, a pen tool right there. And then it gives you some pens to kind of play with. Now, it's not perfect. Procreate, I can really get some true ideas and brush work and things like that. And so typically I will do it in Procreate, but it's a paid you have to pay for it and that kind of thing. So I want to give you something that is for free. So there's a small pen, like a felt tip, another kind of finer tip, an eraser, and I'm not sure what this one is, to be honest with you. But I'm just going to go to, let's see, oops. And this little arrow here is back, so like I just made a mark. I have an Apple Pen. You don't need an Apple Pen, you can use your finger. So let's just say I want some marks on here. So I'm going to choose this one here. I've got black highlighted, but you can change the color to whatever color. Most likely, whatever I'm doing on these is going to be black because I've got lots of color. I say that now because I thought for a second I might add a splash of teal in there, so you never know. So I'm going to go black. And then I'm just going to make, like, I thought maybe I wanted some scratchy marks. And then if I don't like that or I did too much, then I can hit back and I just delete that. Maybe I want more flowy marks. That's not bad. Maybe I want the marks up here. That's not bad. Maybe I want, so I'm going to grab this pen. Oh, that one's even smaller. So I'm going to go back to this one and I'm going to double click on it again. I'm going to make it thicker. And maybe I need to make this more exaggerated. Maybe I need to make them bigger and not so small. So I go through this whole, like, rearranging everything. So, like, that maybe that doesn't do it for me, so I'll click back on that and take all those little hash marks away. Now maybe I'm going to grab my felt tip marker. Maybe I do want a big splash of teal. So I'm going to grab some teal here. I'll just grab that color. That's pretty close. And I've got it at 100% opacity. And then maybe I just make a big, mark. Do I like that? And that's not exactly the right teal color. Like I want to color mix it. I can. Oh yes, okay. So let's grab this color here. There we go. Okay, so this eyedropper up here, I can grab the color of what I'm looking at. So now I've got some color there. So let me go back. Oh, see, I'm used to using my fingers for my Procreate. So let me go back here. There's the color that's kind of in my background. Maybe I want just a bit more teal. I kind of like that. A little messy. And then if I go back to my pen and then I go back to black, maybe I need more marks on my flowers. I don't like that at all. I'm going to go back to this pen here. This is a softer pen. And then maybe I can kind of come over and do some scratchy marks in there. I kind of like that. And so I play around with all of these. So for instance, let's just go back to, let me go done. Let me go to, I think it was this one. Yeah. So if I hit edit and I hit my pen tool, okay, I can come into, I haven't cropped this one, so it's not quite as big. So let me crop it. Okay, so now it's bigger. So these dots up here, I'm not so sure about those. So if I hit edit and I hit my pen tool and I hit the marker thing, and then I come and I grab, let's just say this color, and I'm going to come back to the marker and I'll change the opacity a little bit, and I come up here and I kind of get rid of some of those dots. What do I think? Is that better? It is better to me. You see what I'm saying? So I can kind of come in here and play around and go, okay, now, then from here, when I kind of get my ideas, you know, I can save it. However, I can save it with the markups on it already. And then I can refer to it as I actually come to my pieces, because then what I do is I typically will take one of these three things. So this is a clear transparency film. So back in the old days, before we had all the computers, we used to print our graphics on transparencies, and then we had an overhead projector and we projected on the wall. You don't have to do that anymore, but they still make the transparencies. Apparently somebody uses them for something. But they have kind of a gritty side, which makes it perfect for painting on. And you can cut these up into smaller pieces, which I will do. And they work really, really well for putting marks on here, like just putting it down on your piece. And I'm thinking, I want something dark and black right here. So I could do it on my transparency sheet, and then if I don't like it, I can, I don't have to put it on my piece. I can turn it and say maybe it just needs to be a little bit darker. Now the other thing that I use, and I'm going to give you some examples here in just a second. So let me set that aside. The other thing that I use is I also have these like notebook pockets, binder pockets, and I will cut them apart. You can leave them like they are, or you can cut them apart. A lot of times I've left them like they are because if I make a mark that I really like, I can put it in my binder and save it and bring it out if I'm, doing something. Or you can cut them apart and just use one section of them, which is obviously more economical and that kind of thing. But you can paint on these. Now this may have a little bit of repelling effect because it doesn't have, it's not, not made to be painted on, but they work really great with markers and different things like that. So if I'm looking for just marks, it works really well. So that's clear binder pockets. I don't know what they're called, to be honest with you. And then my favorite little thing, and this has actually been somewhat of a new discovery for me. I save all my previous ideas in there. These are clear sticky notes. Now they're not 100% clear. They're not as clear as this, but I can lay it down. You see that? I can lay it down, and it's made for writing on. So it's got the side that has kind of a grit to it. So I can put just about anything on there, and I can see if it works. And they come in all different sizes. They're super inexpensive. Like if I'm just unsure about, like, do I want like a couple of marks right there, I can put it down. So these are clear sticky notes. All of these references will be listed on the blog post and in the membership and in the subscriber email. Okay, so let me put that aside. So let me just give you a couple examples, and then I'm going to turn the camera on and go to town and finish these babies up because it's time. It's time to get them done. Okay, so for this one, I think it was this one. Let me look at my examples from... Okay, so for this one, I felt like I wanted to have something larger over here. And it's either a black splotch or a teal splotch, something like that. And I also was not happy with the dots. I love my paper. I love this paper, but me going over it with my pen, I did not love that. So I can come back over it now and cover some of that up. And this is the great thing about collage paper, is that you can kind of go, okay, yeah, that feels better. That feels better already, to be honest with you. But I'm going to show you, I'll explore my options. So I've got this clear piece of transfer or transparency, and that's the gritty side. And I'm thinking that I want some black in there. So I'm just going to try it. So let me move these out of the way. And I'm going to grab a 1/2 inch flat brush because I want to be able to control this a little bit. I don't want it to be too, and that's part of my problem, is control, which is why I have what I have, because I tried to control it too much. And so I want to, okay, so if I just, see, I love that. I absolutely love that. And if I wanted to, if it was super wet, I could stamp it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it with you right now. And the worst thing that can happen is that I have to just paint over it. I'm going to scratch into it. It's going to give it some movement. And let's just see what we get. It's a little dry. I'm pretty happy with that though. So I'm going to grab a little bit more gesso here. And I'm going to come down a little bit here. And let's see. I'm going to scratch into it again just to see if I can. And it's kind of moving some of that paint around. Love it. I absolutely love it. Now, I don't want to leave it just like this. I want it, because I don't want it to look like it's an after effect like these do. I want to integrate them in to the piece. So I want to now come into them. And let me just, I'm gonna just put a towel on it real quick and just kind of tap up some of that wet paint. It's not very wet. I'm gonna tap up some of that. And I'm gonna grab some unbleached titanium, or it could be teal too. This could be my combo of adding a little bit more teal. And I'll put a little bit of cobalt teal out here. Okay, so I've got a clean brush. I'm going to come in. I've got a majority of, well, I'm not going to add teal just yet. And I can come back over now and kind of interrupt this a little bit so that it doesn't look like an afterthought. Now I'll grab a little teal. And there's that pop of teal that I was longing for. And then I can come in and just soften it up so that it feels like the rest of the piece. I'm gonna grab my fingers here. Love it. And then I can kind of continue to finesse it till it feels comfortable. But I love this little splotchy bit up there. Love that. I like that teal coming through, so I'm going to add a little bit in here and just kind of pick it up. Oh, yes. Now, this down here, I can come in now and add this collage paper. And if I want, or I can come in with just a little bit, I got a little black on there. Come in with just a little bit of unbleached titanium with a little bit of water on it. And just kind of block out those big, weird blobs that I put down. Yep. That feels really good. I love it. I love it. That's exactly what I was looking for. The unexpected. I love these little bits. Okay, I'm not going to touch it because I love it. Okay, so now you get the idea. I can come back with different, like I don't like these dots up here. I can come back with collage paper and go over them, or I can come back and decide, do I just want to take them out? And yes, I do. And maybe it's not all of them. So I can kind of move this around. Let me put a little bit more on there. And so I can move this around and maybe I only take out a few of them and make them feel more integrated. And I can do that with my, so this is the writing side. I can do the same thing with my sticky notes. And I can kind of move it around, like where do I want it to go? Like I like that. So this is a really no fear way of seeing, like, what do I want? And so for instance, I also want, I was thinking, I gotta be careful because I got paint all over my fingers. I was thinking that in this one, I wanted to have a little bit of writing. Like maybe that would be my unexpected pop of something. So if I grabbed a Posca pen, I could use some ink. I could even, see, you're seeing, this is the real time, like idea happening time. So I could even take some of my gesso, water that down. See, I love that. I love that. Okay, so I've already got two ideas now happening that I would have been afraid to take that risk. And this is zero fear. So if I didn't like that, up it comes. Too bad my script is that way, but it's okay. I don't mind writing. And I also want to keep in mind that I don't want everything all on the same side. So I could, maybe it's over here that I do it. I like that. I like that too. I could make it a little bit longer. Okay, so this won't take me very long to finish them up. I'm just going to do my thing just like I did with you and get the last few little bits on, and then we are done. Okay, my loves, I hope this is helpful to you. I love this process, and I love those discoveries. I love having no fear and being able to make my marks on the papers and move them around so that I can find the thing that I'm looking for. And sometimes it's the smallest, like just covering up some of those dots, or just a few lines of writing, or some big blob. It's the smallest things that you're like, that's it. That's what I needed. So I hope you enjoy this process. I know this was a little bit longer of me talking, but I wanted to explain the process because that's kind of what I've done over these last 3 videos. So I hope it's helpful to you. Don't forget birthday week sale and all of the things that are on sale, all of that, and the details will be down below in the YouTube description box. All right. Have a wonderful Sunday. Be inspired, and always, always know that you are loved.
Did it